Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Alex here, and today we're going to be talking about my experience at the Impressions trade show. This was my first time attending something like this, so honestly I went in with a mix of excitement and a little bit of nervousness too. But spoiler alert guys, things went way better than I expected. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's chat about everything from the booth setup to lead generation to even what I would do differently next time. Alright, let's just start from the beginning. Our sales rep arrived to the venue on Wednesday to get everything set up. I was getting live updates over the phone via like photos, videos, and guys, let me tell you, seeing our vision come together was amazing. The booth looked fantastic. And for those of you who have been watching my weekly videos, you guys know that we got those really sleek pull-up signs. I had one of those in the back. We have that 75-inch TV that we have. I made that video of content that we just had rolling with some of our like most common advertised features. We had that stand-up podium and we put the UV transfers on there with some of our carefully branded messaging, everything like that. I think everything turned out pretty well with the booth, but obviously there are going to be a couple of things that I want to change for next time. So let's just get right into it and start talking about how the booth actually turned out. For those of you who do watch my previous weekly videos, you can know that we did secure that corner booth. It might sound like a small detail, but trust me guys, it made a massive difference in the foot traffic. I would say the foot traffic that we had was noticeably higher just because we were on that corner. And I know off the bat you probably are going to be asking, was it worth it? Would I pay extra for a corner spot again? Because yes, I did have to pay more for that corner spot, $500 more per corner to be precise. And note, this is on top of the already $41 per square foot that we do have to pay. So I guess all of this to say, absolutely, I would pay for the corner booth again. I feel like the visibility that we got from that corner was invaluable. It really sucks, but I mean, I do believe it made a difference. But let's get into what I would change. One thing that really stood out to me immediately in the photos was the bare concrete on the floor. One place I thought that we would be able to save a couple of bucks was deciding that we didn't need to get any carpeting or anything to put on the floor. And I don't know, that just kind of looked a little rough. A little rough on the eyes. I think if we were to do it again, adding some sort of carpeting or maybe those like interlocking panels that you see in like gyms or like home gyms and stuff, I think that would really take the booth to the next level and would be a game changer. Overall, I don't know, it just, seeing that concrete just didn't seem like the most polished look, and I feel like if we did just get any sort of carpet, like black, green, whatever, some sort of carpeting on there, I think would just really make it look a lot more polished and professional. Like, I guess just imagine if you were walking into a booth with like some nice carpeting versus one that kind of had like that cold, gray, scuffed concrete feel. I feel like it would make a difference, right? So at least from me, from the pictures, that was definitely one thing on my checklist for next time that I would like to change. But what about you guys? I mean, have you guys ever even been to a trade show like this? And if so, what do you guys think? Is carpeting something that you guys usually do? Is it something that you kind of play it by ear? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know also if you know of anything that helps make your booth stand out. The comment section, again, I'm always open to ideas, so I would love to hear what you guys have done in the past, what works for you, and hopefully we can all just kind of build off of this wealth of information. But okay, let's talk about results. How did the trade show actually turn out? Did we get our money's worth? Well, we ended up with 104 high quality leads. You guys heard that right, 104. We actually did invest in that badge scanner, so I mean another $300, but we did this so that we could quickly scan the badges of like those qualified people who came up to our booth. And that little investment, I would say, did actually lead to a good payoff. I would say that we were able to ROI on that really easily because it was just so fast and easy to just scan the people's badge and get all of their information. But what is actually the coolest part of this to me is all of the information that we actually get in the back end. So I'll put up some screenshots on screen of some sample data, I guess. But each of the leads, when they're filling out the thing for impressions, fill in all of the data on themselves so they can put how many employees they have, what role they play in the buying process. Are they the decision maker? Are they just an influencer? Whatever it is. How much revenue each of the business is doing. what kind of products they are decorating, what kind of services they offer. Like seriously, a wealth of information that we get from each of these leads, and something that there is just no possible way we could get all of this information on these leads if we were just simply like taking down contact information, passing out business cards, something like that. So $300, I know, not the most fun thing, but we could also, like when we scanned the people in, we could add notes directly to the app, like in the app for each lead. So when we did get back and we got all of the info synced up with HubSpot, it was really seamless, to be honest. I mean, I see why they do charge an arm and a leg for it, but I wish they didn't, to be honest. But it's just, it's one of those things when you hate when it's a good product, and they know it's a good product, and you just got to pay for it. Now, what about the messaging that we had for the booth, the selling points, the advertising standout features that we were offering? This is something that we really focused on, and I'm really glad we did. The big focus of this was on outsourcing their DTF transfers through AMS Transfers Plus. We tried to get this goal across through a number of different ways, but I really think that the most compelling way that we actually shared this message was we actually just like said that outright. So on the podiums, I said at the beginning of this video that we had those UV peel and stick stickers applied, and on there we just had outsource your DTF transfers. Like just simple, and it gets us to the point really fast. People can just walk by and they get the message, right? They get the point. Outsource your DTF transfers. We really found that that was something that people lingered on, and that this was the messaging that kind of hit home for a lot of people. But, and this is a big but, one thing that really got people's attention, like people were stopping and turning their heads, it was a big thing. This was probably the biggest thing, was the same day turnaround time before 4:30 promise. So yes, I know, for those of you who don't know, anyone who signs up to our Platinum plan, if they do place an order before, if they or their customers place an order before 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will have it printed and shipped that day. And I mean, as soon as we mentioned that to people, you could literally see their eyes perk up, their eyes widen. So, I mean, note to self, we really need to make that front and center, that be the main selling point at future shows. And now that I'm saying that out loud, we should probably make that like everywhere else on AMS Transfers Plus. Marketing emails, the website, flyers, like the whole 9 yards. Why not, right? Like it literally resonated that much with people that I think that's what we really need to lean into. Now, talking about the attendees, we actually had like a wide range of attendees stop by, but I would say, interestingly enough, a lot of them were embroidery focused businesses. I guess it turns out that embroidery companies don't often offer like screen printing or DTF, so they kind of were like the perfect partner who were like looking to use someone like us to expand their service offerings, like really without having to bring any new equipment in-house. So for them, partnering with us meant that they can say yes to more often, like more clients more often, looking for those full color designs, looking for transfers, t-shirts, whatever it is. I think we really kind of hit a sweet spot with this crowd. And I'm a little disappointed that we really didn't lean into this market more before, because we did identify it as a possible target, just because that is something that we kind of realized before, that embroidery businesses, they like to stay in their lane for whatever reason. Typically what we've seen is businesses who only do embroidery. Like they don't do embroidery and screen printing. I mean, some shops do obviously, but it's just one of those things we've kind of observed, and we really saw pretty heavily at the show. But all right, let's get serious. So the main thing that we were here for was to get the leads from all of the attendees at the show. Of course, gathering the leads was only the beginning. Now that we have them, we have their data, the real work actually begins. And this is where we kind of designed our follow-up funnels. So before we went to the show, we really kind of thought that each of the attendees would be able to fit into kind of like 3 buckets, and What we really found was that the first bucket was going to be for people who are interested in our print-on-demand apparel, people who are interested in our UV DTF transfers. For these folks, we planned to send them a you're on the list email, just kind of keeping them in the loop as these products roll out. So that was really the first bucket of people that we figured we would be able to lump into, and we designed a sequence to cater to those type of people. So when we were talking to them, scanning in their badges, we would kind of get a feel for which bucket we wanted to place them into. And then if there were someone like this who were interested in our UV transfers or were interested in the print-on-demand apparel products, those things are coming soon. So for them, we just wanted to kind of put in the notes, interested in print-on-demand apparel or interested in UV, send the follow-up email when those products are available, that kind of a thing. So that was bucket number one. Bucket number two are going to be for those who were ready to book the demo. These are going to be those high interest leads for AMS Transfers Plus. And for those, we're going to be reaching out with a 5 email sequence that we have set up in HubSpot over, I think, about 18 days. And over all of these emails, the absolute only goal is to get them scheduled for a demo. We want to get them into a demo process so that we can have them in front of the sales executive and they can ask any questions that they might have right then and there. The sales executive can lay out the points and the main selling features just nice and easily for them. So that is the absolute main goal of that sequence, that bucket, and that's going to be for leads who we found at the show were ready. They were ready to book the demo. We needed to get them in the flow so that they can get us time scheduled. The last one, bucket number 3, this one is going to be for our nurture campaign leads. These are going to be folks who are interested, but they may need a little more hand-holding to kind of see the full value of what we're offering. For them, we're going to be focusing on educational content, gentle nudges, and plenty of value-driven information. We're just trying to focus on building that trust, and that's really what we designed this entire sequence for. It's a lot more of like dripped out knowledge. I think the timeline on this one is like 65 or 70 days to complete, and the real idea is that we just want to educate the people that come across our booth, and we don't really want to appear too like selly and sales heavy. It's all about kind of meeting people where they are, right? So just trying to help educate and gently nudge the person into booking a demo. So overall though, I would really call the Impressions Expo a huge success. There are definitely some things that I would tweak, but guys, this was our first show. For our first show, I am super proud of the team, the results we got, and we learned a ton. I can't wait to apply all these insights to our next trade show. Next time, I think we're really gonna lean into that same day turnaround time. Maybe even like make it the central theme of the booth. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, kind of my first thoughts getting back from Impressions, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you aren't already. And like I said, drop your best trade show tips down below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. But until next time, guys, make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you again.
Check this out.